And this pretty much brings me to the final thing I wanted to touch base on, was the politics of these sports agencies. We seen the Knicks this offseason actually bring in a client of Klutch Sports and Nerlens Noel onto the team on a 1-year deal. Now, Nerlens Noel is not the first Knick to be part of Klutch Sports. We had other Knicks players that were already drafted by the team, and then they became part of Klutch Sports afterwards. And I'm talking about Alonzo Trier and Mitchell Robinson. But they were already on the team and had a loyalty to the team for drafting them. But Nerlens Noel is one of the, I would say, more bigger names from Klutch Sports to sign with the Knicks, basically coming into the team as an outsider. Now, of course, the Knicks are CAA affiliated. Everyone from Leon Rose to World Wide West to Mike Woodson to Kenny Payne, and even their new signee, Austin Rivers. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because you remember that time when Phil Jackson ran the Knicks for a little bit and he made that comment about Rich Paul and LeBron James and their posse. And then LeBron James made the comment the Knicks should have drafted Dennis Smith Jr. and not Frank Ntilikina. That little rift, in my view, added an extra layer of tension or rivalry or whatever you want to call it between the CAA affiliated Knicks and Klutch Sports. Now, I understand Klutch Sports is a brand new agency and have still not yet seen one of their top agents even make an attempt at the Knicks. It's still early, but pay very close attention to guys like Trae Young because he has put the Hawks on notice. This is why they're spending all that money in this year's free agency, and he definitely wants to win now. But if that does not work out, the Knicks are always looking for a point guard. And when he recently signed with Klutch Sports, I thought in the back of my mind, that might not happen now. But you guys pay very close attention to that scenario because it's always been said throughout the years by various media members that certain agencies had complete control of how a lot of NBA teams were built. And with the introduction of Klutch Sports, especially into the social media mainframe, because they're one of the very few agencies that are very active in social media and the way they market themselves and promote their players, we could actually see for the first time in real time the influence that agencies have on a lot of these teams that used to play out behind the scenes now will eventually play out through social media, and that even the most nuanced fan could begin to start picking it up. So depending on Nerlens Noel's experience with the Knicks, good or bad, it's going to have an influence on Klutch Sports recommending their top level talent to look in the direction of the Knicks. And Klutch's influence going forward is going to be important. Make no mistake about it. They are an industry disruptor right now, like how Netflix has done to Hollywood, how Amazon has done to retail, Uber Eats, how it affected the restaurant business, or like how Uber affected travel and Airbnb changed the hotel business. So in regards to Klutch Sports, a lot of agencies are definitely shook that they have entered the market. I mean, you can tell from the response that Klutch Sports had gotten when they held the recent workout for some of their draftees. The timing, the marketing, everything was brilliant about what they did, especially to promote their brand. And they definitely have the influence with LeBron James. So a lot of the newer talent that's going to come into the league, they're definitely going to be intrigued by Klutch Sports, and they're going to have a stronger foothold within the industry. This is definitely something worth paying attention to, because as LeBron James' social media popularity grows, Klutch is going to grow along with it. And the Knicks going to have to pay attention to it, because if it's not handled properly, it's definitely going to be a thorn on their side. It is what it is. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Peace.